Shug. It's really real right now.
Myster DL.
222. Who's off?
Yeah, we are back, man. Big Shug, Myster DL, the Danger Zone podcast.
Yes, episode 5. You know, we keep pushing this thing, man. So what's good, brother? What's happening? You know?
Nah, just a lot of, just doing a lot of music again. I got a video shoot with Saigon on Saturday. I produced his new single.
That's pretty yeah.
I'm gonna go down and do that, and then come back here and keep making music.
Yeah, give him a shout out, man. That's my man. We all got interactions, man, over the years. You know, actually, some show that what's his name? Shoot, man, it was Mobb Deep. Rest in peace, Prodigy. Saigon was there as well. And the dude, was my man from the radio station. It'll come to me as we shoot it, but he used to give shows all the time, you know. But I mean, yeah, we've had our interactions and stuff, man. So yeah, shout out to him when you see him. But anything on deck? Like, you got something on deck?
I wanted to start with something that I thought was really funny. Godfrey, the comedian Godfrey, and T.I. are having a beef because Godfrey had a show that he was supposed to be headlining, and after he finished, T.I. came out and did a comedy set. And Godfrey was online basically calling him a culture vulture, and I just didn't know if you saw that.
T.I., what you know about that? Nah, but to me, that's a bunch of bullshit because you do whatever you want to do out here, man. There's plenty of food for everybody. You know, if you want to have fun, you know, and maybe T.I. in his own circles is a funny dude, you know what I mean? I mean, people say that about me. So if I decide to just get up and stand, and trust me, I could get up and have a crowd rocking on some live and shit. Trust me when I tell you. Does that mean that I'm being a culture vulture? Nah, I'm just on some funny shit right there. So, you know, speaking on that. Also, you know, people worry about too much shit, man. You know, we live day to day, man. You know what I'm saying? If you T.I. want to get up and do that thing, go ahead and do that thing, man.
I thought it was odd. I do feel though that if you're famous, people will laugh at your bad joke because you're famous. I do feel like a lot of people, like Fat Joe, for example. When Fat Joe was doing the versus battle, no one had a microphone to back up his jokes, so his jokes, they just weren't hitting because he's usually having people around him laughing at everything he's saying. And then on that versus battle, he looked so silly because he was trying to crack jokes and they just weren't hitting because he didn't have any yes men with a microphone.
But one thing about it too is like, well, you know, of course, you know, Fat Joe's my man.
Yeah.
So yeah, my thing is, sometimes you might say some shit that really ain't funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
no, but I'm saying when
I know what you're saying, but I mean, that's it. Like, cause like, trust me, I don't even need nobody around me. I guarantee you, I'll have motherfuckers laughing. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? At some point, you know, people might see that, you know what I mean? Because we got a lot of shit to do out here, man. You know, but like I said, man, go ahead, man, have fun, man. Live life. You know, make jokes, man.
Like if you're funny, you're funny. Just because you rap don't mean you can't be funny.
That's true.
Like Redman could be a comedian. You could be a comedian.
Yeah, that's true. You know, you could be funny, but just don't be funny up. You know, being funny and being funny up, those are two different situations. Or funny style. Don't be funny style. All right? But be funny. Fuck it. T.I. have fun. Godfrey, come on, man. Take off them little ass drawers. You know what I mean? Come on, son. You know it is what it is, man. You know? I mean, hey, man.
So more hip-hop stuff that I saw today, or this week, I mean, was Cardi B won like $3 million suing some vlogger. It says right here, Cardi B sues YouTube vlogger Tasha K for claiming that the rapper Cardi B, whose real name is, I don't know, contracted herpes and had taken hard drugs. An Atlanta jury awarded Cardi B nearly $3 million in punitive damages and attorney fees on Tuesday in her libel suit.
That's dope. Every million counts. You know what I'm saying? So good for her, man, winning that out, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a dope thing. You know,
I'm surprised she won.
I want to give a shout out to Ice-T because I'm in the supermarket, you know what I'm saying, a few weeks back. And then, you know, usually you see a sports figure on a Wheaties box or some shit. I stop and I see Ice-T on Cheerios. I'm rolling because I'm like, oh shit, Ice-T on the Cheerios, you know what I'm saying? So to come where he's come from, and people know the history of the hustling, the pimping, all that rapping, the hardcore shit. Yeah, all this crazy shit of life. But then it goes full circle, you know, you get to the point where now they're putting you on a Cheerio box. You know, his mustache is mad dark, though, and his little beard is mad dark. So we know what time it is, man, but still, that's Ice-T. That's the man, you know what I'm saying, on the West Coast, man. Shout out to Ice-T, man, for real. Me and Guru spent a little time with him here and there, and I just seen him on that cereal box. Shit was dope to me, man. Keep doing your shit, man. Shit's on fire, man, for real.
I always liked Ice-T. Just something about him, man. He's just cool as can be. I don't know what it is. He's just a cool ass cat.
I mean, you know, some people like that. You know what I mean? So
I love when everybody trashed him for. He got an answer for everything you want to trash him about. People will go online and trash Ice-T. Oh, you fucking sellout. You play a cop, you sell out. And he's like, first of all, it's acting. And second of all, I arrest pedophiles, molesters, and rapists. You like those people?
Yeah.
I thought that was the best answer.
Nah, that's beautiful, man.
So I think Ice-T should really be credited for helping hip-hop get over that hump of when people were trying to ban it. Because he was a very smart person, and he went on Oprah, he went on Donahue, he went on Sally Jesse Raphael, and all these people thought he was just some stupid kid from the hood, and they thought that they knew the answer to everything, and he shut all those people down, like so intelligently, where Karens in the audience were standing up clapping for him, when he walked on stage 20 minutes prior, they were booing, and he's wearing a gun necklace while he's doing it.
It's beautiful. I mean, let me tell you.
Very smart.
In order for you to even last in this business, and not even the business of rap, the business of entertainment, you do have to be smart. You do have to, you know, evolve. You do have to recreate at times, man, and just continue to grow. Because every day of life, without growth, then you dead. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. Every day of life should be about growth, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you could teach somebody some things along the way, if they learn from something you're doing, you don't got to grab 20 people and say, let me make them famous too. Just do what you're doing. And let someone be inspired or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm inspired by Ice-T. I'm like, damn, dog. I'm the shit he be doing, man. You know, I mean, shout out to Bumpy Knuckles at a party a few years ago, and Ice-T was there performing. We were talking beforehand, and I was telling him, you know, the act and stuff I was doing, and he was like, good luck with that and all that. It was dope, man. It's dope, man. As long as he can, you know, keep on pushing, man. As long as you live and keep on pushing, that's what he does, man. Shout out to him, man.
I love the quote from him where, I think it was Nardwuar was interviewing, I think, and Ice-T said, I'm the biggest hustler America's ever seen. And Nardwuar was like, why you say that, Ice-T? He said, because I sold millions of records and I can't even rap.
Wow, that's crazy.
But I really do. I do have songs of him that I genuinely like You Played Yourself. I still like You Played Yourself, a 4-verse solo rap song.
Right.
But it's still a good record. Nas ended up taking the beat years later.
Yeah. You know, nah, man, he did his thing, man. He continues to, you know, shine a light on where he's at, man. So shout out to you, Ice-T, on some shit, man. Even a little soap part, commercial and all that. You know what I'm saying? Everything that works, man. Ice-T.
Even that Just for Men commercial that he just starred in.
Yeah, well,
what was it? Just for Men?
Yeah, well,
or Cheerios.
Cheerios, man. But just for Cheerios. You know what I'm saying?
I did see the commercial. I haven't seen the cereal box yet. I don't eat Cheerios, but I will buy that box.
I used to. You know what I'm saying? Because
that box will be back here.
Yeah, it should, man. I meant to bring that shit, post that up, man. But you know, also shout out to my man Singapore Kane. Previously had a birthday a couple of days ago. If you don't know him, that's my right hand man. You know, he's a very accomplished rapper himself. You know what I mean? Check him out. Google him, Singapore Kane. You know, he got some good music, but, you know, I'm glad to have met him. We've been friends for over 20 years, and, you know, and happy birthday to him. You know what I mean?
Happy birthday, man. I got a song. We got a song with him. Singapore Kane. We did a video with him, too. I did the Not I Bleed. What was the other gang Primo one?
Damn, with him?
Yeah, it's him term.
Off rip. Yeah, go.
I've done so many. I've done almost 400 music videos, so sometimes the names I lose.
Nah,
get
for
lost
real.
on me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I own over 400 pair of underwear. Sometimes I lose them shits. I understand. Same analogy. But anyway, man.
It'd be one good thing to have. Every day you have a fresh pair of socks, fresh pair of underwear.
No question.
Throw them out
no
after
question.
the end of the day.
Yo, no
Nothing
question.
like fresh socks, man.
Nah. Yeah, that's true. The only thing better than fresh underclothes is also making sure you're fresh yourself and you got fresh breath. Other than that,
Not the
yeah, not that. Can't fuck with it, man. You know. Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, well that's it, man. Shout out to Ice-T, man. Just a legend, man. Someone I always wanted to work with on some level. All right, so have you been watching Bel Air?
No, I really haven't.
No.
But before we get into Bel Air, it'd be like funny because this little joint that you rolled me and shit is like in jail.
What is that?
It's just mad skinny. It's not really burning like it should.
Here, give me. I'll roll you another one.
Yes. We'll put this in the ashtray, right? Because that could be a
Here, just smoke this one.
that could be a takeaway.
I'll roll another one over here.
You know what I'm saying? We'll see if this one smokes, man. But anyway, now I haven't been watching Bel Air, but I've heard about it, and before the next episode, I'm gonna watch it.
All right.
But if you've been watching it, so you know.
All right, well, I don't want to ruin
what's
it for
your
you.
take on it?
My take on it is it's not a comedy, it's a drama, but there's not really much drama to it. It's more of, I know that character, but I do like it. The only thing I don't like about it is Carlton's cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of like the cool guy.
That'll never be. But go ahead.
But they do have all the flashback, you know, the what is it? The fan service moments, like the Inside Out jacket,
Right.
the jazz. You know what I'm saying? Like they're all there. Everyone's there.
Yeah, I got a people. I heard it's funky, man.
Yeah, you might like it.
I've seen the people on social media, man, and different people speaking about it. You know, before the next episode, I'm gonna check it. Man. Where we finding that?
That's on Peacock.
On Peacock.
On the Peacock, yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know. It all started from someone made some like trailer, a fan made trailer some years back, like 3 years back, about a Fresh Prince spin-off where it was a drama. And then that really, off a little fan thing, turned into this, a real show.
That's beautiful.
With Will Smith as a producer.
Yeah, that works.
You know? So
yeah, sounds like it's interesting. I'm gonna check it out.
I think you'd like it.
If that shit's whack, I'm gonna come back and talk about it. So I'm gonna make sure that I watch it. You know, I'm gonna tune in, man.
And they say fuck and on it. It's kind of weird. It's kind of crazy because it's on an NBC app, and they're saying fuck and suck my dick, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
I mean, that's the shit that changed it. I mean, that's that crazy shit. I remember my son when he was younger. He showed me on the computer SpongeBob and them. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, okay, this is SpongeBob and shit, you know. But then SpongeBob is like Patrick. If you know anybody knows Patrick and SpongeBob.
That's like the starfish one, right?
Yeah, Patrick's like, yo, he talks like this because he's stupid as shit, and he says, yo, SpongeBob, your what do you say? He says your grandmother has big tits, right? And then SpongeBob goes, hey grandma, you have big tits. Now I'm bugging this shit because I'm like, yo, these is fucking cartoons, right? And I said to my son because he was young, I'm like, yo, where you get this shit from, man?
Yeah, it's a cool show. I don't know. I think you'd like it.
Nah, I might check that goofy shit out. Word. Nah, I'm gonna check it out, man.
A lot of fan service, but like
you're not a what?
Like fan service, like, hey, remember when Will did this in the first one? Who's gonna do it again?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of that shit.
I'm glad you said that too, because it sounds like you said I'm not a hamster. So that's why. That's why I was like, yo, what'd you say? Because I wanted to make sure. Because sometimes you can get up here and slide to the left.
Yeah.
And DL might have been like, yo, I'm not a hamster.
I'm not a hamster.
And I'm like, yo.
I'm not a hamster, and I don't own any hamsters.
Yeah, no hamsters around this motherfucker. That was hey, believe it or not.
No Richard Gere moments up in my house.
Hey, listen, that was really how that's really how you connected the hood, kind of like to the suburbs.
What, hamsters?
Hamsters and gerbils and shit and guinea pigs. Because for some reason, like living in the hood, growing up in the inner city, we was able to have like hamsters or guinea pigs. But then
I think they were mice, big shit.
No, it wasn't mice. Because we knew mice. We stomped them motherfuckers the fuck out. So we knew mice. I'm talking about we could have hamsters and stuff like that. But then again, you know, if you know some kids from the suburbs, whatever, they had them too.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. They used to connect. Because I'm like, yo.
You'd see each other at the hamster store.
You know what I'm saying? But see, then when I was a kid, man, I remember I bought a white mouse, right? I named that silly motherfucker Chipper. And I used to let him get out and shit and run around and shit.
Oh, shit.
Because, I mean, you know, I'm OG status, man, so it might have been some shit when Ben was around. You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, I want to get, everybody wanted a mouse. Shit, they didn't know they might have to go somewhere part of their crib and find that motherfucker. They get a mouse, but nah, it was real like that. So, you know, had a little mouse back then, man. It's just crazy. This is what I read up on it. If you catch them, stomp fire at them. No, but no, on some shit. It's crazy because I mean, at one point we was in this spot and this shit is crazy. But it was mad mice in there, you know, and we knew about it. And I remember, man, we were told to put peanut butter down on the traps. You know what I'm saying? So we chilling, you know, and sitting up and. All of a sudden, man, you start hearing them shit snapping like a motherfucker. Pap, 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 pap. Man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, shit. And then there was the peanut butter catching them motherfuckers, snapping them necks. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you're just slowing it down, man. Motherfucking mice are infested in your shit. It's generations of them prehistoric motherfuckers. Yeah. Them shits is them little rodents is dinosaurs.
You see one,
you know what I'm saying?
If you see one, you got a fucking
Oh, yeah. You say one, you got generations, man. You got fucking families and you know what I'm saying? You got fucking old ass mice up in there, like chilling. So
they're like Irish Catholics in the 60s. They just fucking
them motherfuckers, breeding. They prehistoric. I stomped the shit out of a mouse, though. Forgive me, your Peter won't say nothing about that, though. But anyway, as we move, right?
Peter, you think they care about animals that aren't supposed to be in that ecosystem? Because mice and rats, they're not even from here. So
I mean,
you should be able to kill them with your
but could you wear a mouse coat? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that shit's fucked up, but yo, you know what I mean, mice, mice you need for a coat? I got me a mouse coat fur. That shit'll be whack as a motherfucker.
Disgusting.
Yo, that shit's crazy. You know, shit, man.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
I think that, I don't even know. That's gross. I couldn't even imagine seeing... imagine you were touching someone's jacket. Like, oh, what kind of jacket is this? He was like, yo, this is mouse fur.
Shit is mouse.
I don't think I'd ever get over that.
But see, they can make it look like it's fly. That's the fucked up part. A full-length mouse. But yo, that shit's fucking crazy, son. Whoa.
All right, a little more hip-hop stuff.
Yeah, let's go, boy.
We got rid of that.
Yeah, man.
The Kanye album.
Uh-huh.
You heard about that?
Yes.
He doesn't want to put it on any streaming platforms.
Yeah.
He only wants it to be on, what is it called? STEM Player? You have to get STEM Player and pay $200 for his album.
Right.
And he made millions of dollars off of it. And then the album was late.
He's smart, man. He's smart. I mean, you know, it's either the rich get richer and the poor get poorer for reasons. You know what I'm saying? Your creativity and your ability, you know, like he does music, he does beats, and you know he's a force in that regard, man. And he's a character as well. He's something that people follow him. You know what I'm saying? If you're able to do that and continue like 50 Cent, similar, you know what I'm saying? And you're able to just keep moving like that, you know what I mean, and be in the light and get money, then that shit is beautiful, man. Go ahead and sell it. Hey, the thing ain't about how much you selling it for. It's the fact that motherfuckers is buying it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So even if I sell, like you used to talk about Michael Jordan selling them shoes and shit and whatever, if you sell them shits for $600, you know, people gonna buy them. My man, there's a dude named DJ Gosa from Macedonia. Shout out to him. That motherfucker had all types of Nikes and different sneakers costing hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So that's what he paid. That's what they sell. That's what he paid. So shit.
You just said something about Michael. You just said something about Michael Jordan. Made me think of this $30 million house he's been trying to sell for like 8 years, and he can't get rid of it. You see what he just offered to go along with his house?
No.
A room.
A couple of chicks.
A room.
No, go ahead.
A room. Not only do you get the basketball court that Michael Jordan practiced on while he with the Chicago Bulls, but, you know what I mean? You get that in your house.
Yeah.
He throwing in this. He's going to throw in a wing of the house that has every Jordan ever made, 2 pairs of in your size.
Wow, that's kind of wild.
And it's just in this one section of the house. It's like every Jordan ever made in your size. Still can't sell this thing. The thing is, it's like, yeah, who doesn't want to live in Michael Jordan's house? But it's who wants to live up in the middle of nowhere in Illinois. That's the problem.
Could be that.
It's like 7 months of the year it's fucking cold.
But think about this, though, as well. If your house is like $30 million house, it should be the way that if it is cold, you don't even have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it's a $30 million house, that shit is a fucking community. So, therefore, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even got to go nowhere, man. So, you know, but I understand. I see that, you know. Speaking of that, though, on some sports shit real quick?
Yeah.
They just recently shout out to All-Star Game, NBA All-Star Game. I believe it was Team LeBron won. I think so.
Team LeBron versus Team KD.
Yeah, they won 163 to 160, and Steph Curry was MVP at 50 points. Man, phenomenal 3-point shooting. You know, as everyone knows, he revolutionized and changed the game with that 3-point shot.
He shoots him from the parking lot.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I remember shots that he shoots. I remember that they wouldn't go out there to D those shits, not no more. Or if you got hit on one of them, those were heaves. And then once you got hit on one of them, they wasn't calling shit. Yeah. Now, them shits are shots.
It made people have to do full court defense again.
Oh, no question. You got to, because Steph's eating you up.
Back in the 90s when I grew up, people kind of just ran up. When they inbounded the ball, defense ran up, waited for the motherfucker to get up there. You know, unless it was the end of the game and that was close. But usually it was the guy brought the ball inbound and he crossed half court before he was getting any sort of defense. Now you can't do that anymore.
Let me tell you, Steph did his thing. I remember in this YMCA league that I played in, when I was actually seeing dudes in the Y League straight shooting from deep, like I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers is shooting like that way before even Steph got into the league like that. But I was like, these dudes shot like that. So him with his accuracy, man, it's crazy. But
no, I don't know shit. I wasn't around. But I always thought, how did this guy get so good at shooting 3-pointers? And was it because he grew up playing against NBA players and had to shoot from far away?
Well, I don't believe that, because there's a lot of players, Kobe Bryant, rest in peace included, you know what I'm saying, like that had NBA dads.
Yeah.
And they played with players and all that. Like, but this dude that's a gift, man, to be shooting like that dude, man. He's just, but I mean, shout out to them.
He has some crazy trick shots you can see on Instagram. Like he's in the stands.
Oh yeah, he got some joints.
Shooting 3-pointers.
He got some joints. Another thing I like to talk about was the slam dunk contest, which was ass. There were so many missed dunks. Everybody knows by now. The shit was horrendous. But shout out to Obi Toppin, he won. But people don't even know who that is.
He's on the Knicks?
Yeah, but the dunk contest was wizard, which means whack. The reason why I'm saying that too is because maybe you know, it's the errors too, because I seen the great dunk contest with Dominique and Mike and
Vince Carter, even those
Vince Carter and them, and then even Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine. You know what I'm saying, around that time, and you know what I mean. So some dope ones, man. You know what I'm saying, and even like one of the best dunks I ever saw was done by Patrick Ewing's Jr., his son.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did some shit behind his back. That shit was crazy. But those were dope. Now you got dudes just keep jumping over people, missing the dunks, goofy than a motherfucker. It's just some goofy shit. And that shit used to be so, you know, exhilarating, man, so hyped up with the dunk contest. Now it's like you want to watch the 3-point shooting contest more than the dunk contest, because the dunk contest is goofy as shit. Motherfuckers jumping over smart cars. Smart cars are little as hell. I mean, like, it's some it's stupid shit. Like, so, listen, what we need to do is dudes, man, who really, man, get off with this dunking thing, need to get in the contest. Let me tell you.
Because I saw the guy dunking the boots.
Just think if somebody's effective. Like, say I pick the ball up, like, say me. Say I'm about 6'8", 6'7", and the ball's there. I pick it up and raise up from where I'm at and dunk it. That shit'll be dope. That'll be impressive.
Yeah.
If I do a windmill still and don't miss and just make it and come through with force, that's impressive. 360, all them shits is still impressive. You gotta make them, and they gotta be that, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit now look like, man, a bunch of goofy ass dudes. You're like, I can dunk or whatever, and this shit is it's not now it's the goof dunk contest. Yeah. Before, that shit was some.
It's what celebrity can I get to hold the ball?
Yeah, this shit
like
is
that's
stupid,
where it
man.
kind of went. Oh, I got Quavo hold the ball. I'm gonna win.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Migos, Drake, and 50 Cent and somebody's father hold the basketball while I dunk over these 5'11" motherfuckers. This shit is just some goofy shit. So all y'all, man, all you NBA motherfuckers, for real, man. Yo, make it's a fan entertainment. You know, let the weekend, man, with this NBA weekend, everybody goes, man. Women, man, everybody goes, right? Make that be an event, like the whole weekend, like party the whole weekend. Do it, give them a real dunk contest, not that shit, that goofy shit. I'm off that.
You think about a dunk Mount Rushmore. These are my 3 guys so far. I got a 4th in the win. I got Dominique Wilkins, Sean Kemp, and Vince Carter. With a surprising 4th, which you're going to be like, Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, to me, you can't really.
Never saw anything like the power of that shit.
But you can't really say shit about dunking though. Really, without Mike though. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why too. When Michael Jordan was on his college basketball team, I mean, you had Sam Perkins, I think Al Wood, James Worthy.
Yeah.
You know, there was players on that team. So his first year as a freshman, he had to play his position. His jump shot was nice. His shot was nice. He was, athletic, obvious to a brick wall. He was athletic. But then when them dudes left and graduated, this dude became the dunk master. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was just ridiculous shooting and dunking. That's why you watch North Carolina to play. Because you be like, damn, Mike's about to do some crazy shit.
I don't know what it was. Maybe he just didn't throw it down with force, maybe.
I mean, when he
didn't have to. He had the style.
When he was going against motherfucking... When he was going against Dominique, he was killing that shit.
Nah, Dominique beat him, I think. Michael Jordan didn't win until Dominique was injured.
No. But Mike won. Mike won that, right? But I'm saying Dominique Wilkins could have won, though.
Yeah.
Because he was doing some shit. They was both doing some shit, man. You know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers like, but this shit wasn't like this goofy ass shit now.
Yeah.
They should be. The next standing up, coming up next to the dunk contest is this goofy mother. That shit is what.
I remember one year some white guy won and he was wearing a jacket, and then I was like, that was like his thing. He dunked in a jacket. And I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Yeah.
He won because he wore a jacket?
I mean, basically because he's showing it was effortless, like when Bird was shooting them threes with his jacket on.
Yeah.
All buttoned up to the top and killing and won the shit. Showing you like, yo, man, listen, I don't even got to take my fucking jacket off to beat y'all. Yeah, because that's what made it dope for Bird, because he won.
Yeah.
Like, but he got his shit buttoned up to the top. You know what I'm saying? Like, snap, this is what it is. And people are watching him in amazement because they seen it was great.
I watched him in amazement because I watched a guy who shouldn't have been an athlete, just the most awkward dude, just killing it killing it. You ever see that guy run?
Yeah, well, let me tell you, here's the situation.
Watch that guy run.
So I'm from Boston, and I grew up, man, there was more racial tension when I was coming up, and people used to always think that the Celtics always had to get a white player as a star and make him a star. This was the the thought process. This was what in the city and Boston just thought, like, you know what I mean, growing up. And so I remember when first hearing about Larry Bird, I'm like, oh shit, they talking about this white dude, man. Let's see what's up, whatever. So then I remember, first of all, he wasn't even at a powerhouse school or nothing. He was at Indiana State. So I remember they was playing on TV, right? And I seen this white dude, and I was like, oh shit. I mean, he was lighting that shit up. He might have dropped 50. I forget the game, but he might have dropped 50 effortlessly with people all on him. Even when they lost to Michigan State, against Urban Magic Johnson and them, they still all knew they had the D Bird. Yeah. I still think he had like 19 points and a few assists or whatever. But man, when I saw him, I was a believer. And then it showed, like his career showed what he did for the rest of it.
You just brought something I always wanted to ask you up. When you were growing up, so you weren't a Lakers fan growing up?
No.
Because this is what I've heard from in the past, that black people in Boston rock with the Lakers because it was a black team and there was no black people on the Celtics. Is that not true?
Maybe back then, you know what I'm saying? I'm not 80, but what I'm saying is, but on another note, it was good to see Brian Flores get hired.
Oh yeah.
As I believe it's kind of a weird title.
You gotta give it something.
Defensive assistant.
To me, it was just like, all right, stop.
Of juggling footballs. I don't
Basically,
know.
to me, it was NFL saying, hey, get us off Black Twitter.
Right. For real, man. Because it was, but I'm saying we'll see how it follows because he should be a head coach. So if he accepted the job and you move forward.
I guess it's positive that they're willing to work with him.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I guess, stay tuned on that. Also, I want to speak on Juwan Howard. Juwan Howard's my man, coming up with the in the NBA and with Michigan. Of course, everybody, if you don't know the history, you can Google it about the Michigan Fab Five. Chris Webber, Jalen Rose.
Baggy shorts. They brought baggy shorts to basketball.
Yeah, I mean, they was just
They got the John Stockton up until then.
the whole history, man. But damn, when you get to the point of, that was back in the day. I remember even their first year in NBA rookie symposium. I believe it was in San Francisco, performing at this place called Kimball's East. And then we performed later on some hardcore hip-hop shit at this other spot. And everybody was there. Shout out to all them cats, Juwan Howard and J.R. Ryder, a few. So, years go by, he did his thing. He went to the league, man. He did his thing, and now you're a coach. And he basically was turning the program around. I mean, this year was a little, iffy a little bit. But, man, he's basically turned the program around. But from what I understand, he's been suspended for the rest of the season, which is just a few more games, and fined $40,000. The crazy thing about it is the other coach had grabbed him at the end of the game. I believe that Maryland was getting stomped out, and they didn't take, Michigan was still pressing, and they didn't take too kindly to that, and then the other team starts calling timeouts to slow the game down, and that's just a lot of stupidness, man. People just being grown and just being on some stupid shit. But I guess when they walked by and shaking hands, he snatched him up and was saying what he wanted to say. And then Juwan Howard was saying what he had to say back to him, and then he reached out and slapped money. Now, the crazy thing about it is, we all know that, man. We want to slap the shit out of mad people.
Yeah.
There's mad people might say something to you, and you want to slap the shit out of them. That's just facts. I mean, you know what I mean? But if all the coaches and everybody acted like that, the shit would be wild. You know what I'm saying? It'd be some fucked up shit. And plus, we are showing the team, you got to keep a cool head. Because once you put your hands on someone, that's a different situation. Now, I'm glad to see he didn't get fired. He is doing a great job, and he is human. But damn, even he knows he shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, especially
But something made him want to slap fire out of money. I mean,
there's 1,200 cameras filming you in HD.
Of course.
Do that shit in the locker room.
And phone cameras.
Or somewhere in the building where there's not people watching. Yeah, so I mean, people in the crowd, that's what they really got to worry about. Yeah. Because the NFL, I mean, the NCAA or whatever, is not going to want to release that footage.
You're right.
So it's the people in the crowd with their HD cameras that you got to worry about.
Definitely, because you definitely, I mean, it's something you should have refrained from. They're going to let him come back and coach in the postseason if Michigan's there. So that's cool, and I'm sure he's learned a lot from that.
People didn't learn from the Palace. People didn't learn from Latrell Sprewell. I mean, maybe they did learn because it rarely happens.
Yeah.
And they always want it to happen.
Of course.
Like every play, someone's talking shit about someone's mom, and they want to slap them.
But you know what? The problem is, too, they know they be losing money. They know they be losing games. And ultimately, you're making money. But you're playing, you definitely lose endorsements. If you endorse some shit and they see you slapping the shit out of somebody on TV, it ain't going to work. Hey, it's me, Tony the Tiger. Frosted Flakes commercial, but I slapped the shit out you. That shit, come on, that shit ain't gonna work, son.
Rice Krispies, Ray Rice.
Y'all, all that shit, yo.
Ray Rice Krispies.
Snap, crackle, and pop. Knock a motherfucker out. Come on, man, that shit ain't gonna work. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty much.
So speaking of that guy slapping, I know this isn't sports, but it's kind of a combat sport. You see the guy get slapped up in Applebee's?
Oh yeah,
we'll show that. We'll show that footage.
Oh yeah, that shit was pretty wild.
There's a difference between black and.
Wasn't that many people in there, but didn't matter. The guy was white gentleman was drunk, and he called the black gentleman the N-word. They were two big tall dudes too, like a little older looked like, but then the black dude, as you see in the footage, was slapping the shit out of him. And dude just, I mean, to me, did him a solid because he could have been punching him. Yeah. You know what I mean? But he was slapping him.
I think it's more disrespectful to slap someone.
Yeah, it is, because you slap a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Like, I probably slapped a lot more people than you. But when you slap somebody right, you're almost giving them that chance. You're almost
exactly.
You're almost like, yo, I slapped you, man. Now what?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why. And if I can keep slapping you, then I'm Tom and Jerry on the motherfucker. Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what that is. Because if I slap you and you really got something to you, then now we're scrapping.
Yeah, exactly.
But if I slap you and then I could throw some words behind it, do what the fuck I said, and you ain't doing nothing, you getting slapped about 5 or 6 more times.
People around.
That's what I mean. Nah.
The cops over there.
Nah, you would listen. or the classic shit. Stop slapping me. Yo, motherfucker. No, that's gonna make me stop. Nah, man, motherfuckers be man. You know, but
you better
just can't call.
You better
people.
pretend to be knocked out and now stop slapping.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't.
You gotta play possum.
The moral of the story is you can't be calling people the N-word because you will get slapped. That shit was kind of wild, but
you can't be talking to people. You can't just not even a racist comment. You just can't just talk. You know how you're gonna talk to person A, it's not gonna work on person B, maybe.
That shit that shit right there ain't working on A, B, C, or D. But on another note too, I also shout out to 75 Greatest Players.
Yep, I watched that today, actually. Yep.
And then there was a picture with Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen took together. You know, it was significant because they had said to be beefing on the low for when Ray had left the team. You know, so to see that picture and all of them cheesing, you know, they grown men, you know they had to take the picture together. So, you know, it was dope to see that, you know what I'm saying? Such is life. Like I said, man, you know, you live day by day. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So to see them boys like that shit was dope, man. Shout out to y'all, man.
I watched that today. Mm-hmm. Who do you think the best player? All right, so if you were making a team, and you were making your own team of 5 people, who would be your first choice in the prime? You get the prime
Mike.
That person, Mike. Yeah.
Mike. Word.
Mine would be Shaquille O'Neal.
But see,
only because there's answers to Mike as far as like a LeBron and a Kobe and this and that. There wasn't really anyone in that 5 years.
Let me explain something to you. You're talking about the dominance that he had.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You got to go back too and see the dominance that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had, the dominance that Will Chamberlain had.
Yeah, yeah.
The thing that makes Mike great like that is because basketball was known as an inside-out game. Like every team had a big man. Mm-hmm. Every team coming up, they all had, like, you can remember them. The great ones: Willis Reed, Wes Unseld, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was Lowell Sender. You know, Russell. You go way back. There was always Artis Gilmore. There was these big dudes. You knew who the big dude was on the team. It was basically like that. Draft you a
Luke Longley, huh?
Well, you know, that's some goofy shit right there. But I'm just saying, you would start your team with a big man and build. Then when Mike came, somebody took a fucking guard because they thought they could change their fortunes with this player. Yeah. Which obviously it spoke for itself. That's what I mean. He changed it from.
Who did they have as a big man then? Cartwright?
It might have been Cartwright, but it was never anybody who was like a dominant force. Yeah. You know, they was always a part of the picture.
Were they a shit team? The Bulls before?
Pretty much, man. They was kind of like off and on, but he took them to the promised land, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but my thing is, but I would have Mike at the 2. You know what I'm saying? Like at point, I probably would have Oscar Robinson.
Oh wow!
If I'm going from different eras, because he was the quintessential point guard, man. And then at the center, you know, so I'm gonna take Shaquille, you know, because of his power. But then I'm gonna have that power forward. That's a tough one, but shit, I actually like Kevin Garnett at the power forward, and Larry Bird at the small forward. You know what I mean?
Oh, man, Larry Bird you know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen in that game? Well, it depends on who the other team have. If that team has any players from the new generation, the ball's going to get tipped off, and the other team's going to get the ball. And Larry Bird is going to try to defend someone who does like 6 crossovers in 4 seconds.
But let me tell
and
you
he's going to be out of the game, so you might as well.
Not really, because
his ankle's going to
go. You need to go back and look at film from. People seem to think, like, I think now because when social media online highlighting shit and all this craziness, people don't realize it was shit like that going on back then. It just was. Oh, it was. It just was
dribbling the ball up to their nipples.
No, listen. It was just.
Fast.
But look, it was just people weren't when you made moves, people went, oh.
Yeah.
The shit that people said, oh, too, was when you got dunked on. It didn't matter if you shot from deep. That wasn't nothing to nobody. It just like he had a shot. But if you dunked on somebody, you know what I'm saying? If you, or that was the whole. But now, come on, man. Motherfuckers shake somebody and they missed the shot, but people still say, oh, like it's just
clear up this rumor.
It's a different game.
Did you ever hear, might have been a little before your time, but dunking being offensive? And I think it's because the white guys couldn't do it.
Well, yeah.
So it was like, hey.
Well, what happened was, I mean, we all know it was a white dominated game. Because at one time, blacks couldn't play. So it was more of, like some scoop shots, and layups, and shit like that. Then you get these dudes coming, you let them in, the black people, and they're dunking this shit like, because you got athletic dudes, man.
Yeah.
Needless to say, just dunking. The motherfuckers like, whoa, wait a minute.
Is that legal? They didn't know if it was legal.
Yeah, it was.
Like at the time, you know what I'm saying?
No, they knew it was,
do
but they wanted to do something to balance it off. Because there was a year you couldn't even dunk. When Kareem Jabbar was playing in college, they outlawed that shit, I think, for a year or something. And then they brought it back because they knew that shit was the oohs and the ahs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Boom. Now
So
they have
terrible.
motherfuckers like finger rolling. I'm 8'9", finger roll. You know what I'm saying? Shit was crazy, man.
Like jumping up and dropping it into
That was it. That's what they wanted to see, make it a finesse game. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't know, when you started talking, I don't know. I would definitely take Shaq down low. I would take LeBron. I would take Jordan.
LeBron would be on my team.
I would take Iverson as the point guard, I think.
No, but see, you got to remember, Iverson was a scorer.
Yeah.
You want somebody who's going to got that pass to him. And like Oscar Robinson was scoring.
LeBron could
and
be the
passing.
point guard.
I mean, he could.
But I don't know if I'd put him there. Because of his size.
Getting out the point guard is Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson, there you go.
Yeah, he's the one. I'm sorry.
Oh, did you see that new HBO series coming out about Magic Johnson and the Showtime Lakers?
Oh yeah.
Really?
I didn't see it.
Oh,
But
I don't know when it comes out, but it looks fucking pretty good. The guy playing Magic Johnson looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. Matter of fact, I just seen that. He looked pretty good. No, but
Looks, I don't know.
if looks could kill, he looks pretty good.
Sometimes when an actor looks too much like the person he's portraying,
that's his
the
kid.
movie isn't good because they've taken so much time and money into making this person look like that. Like Black Mass. I just watched Black Mass after our podcast. I liked it more the second time I watched it. I did. But I still think their entire budget and focus was, hey, does he look like Whitey Bulger enough today?
Yeah.
Does he look like That's
To
what
me-
I kind of think it was.
To me, I feel like that motherfucker should have won a damn Oscar for
Yeah,
that
he,
shit.
he did good.
Even when we was on set, and I was like, damn, man, this motherfucker's like on some Whitey Bulger shit. But then when we be off camera, he was being him, but he still looked like white, like that picture with me and my son. Like he's like talking and laughing and shit and all that. And I'm like, yo, this motherfucker's like Whitey Bulger chilling with me and my son. In real life, and shit wouldn't have
So
been
he wasn't a method actor? He didn't stay in character off the set? No,
nah.
okay.
Jeremy Renner too. Shout out to Jeremy Renner. Him too, man. That was my man. He's a great actor, man.
He plays in The Town. Mm-hmm. That's one I want to talk about.
He's
The
in
Town.
a bunch of movies.
You said
man.
you worked on The Town.
Of course.
Was that your first major movie?
Yes. What happened was I was filming a video to my song "My Boston," featuring Singapore Kane and Terminology. My Boston, and Peter Dungeon was the one filming it. And he said, "Hey, they got dudes. They're interviewing. They're auditioning guys for this movie, Ben Affleck movie, The Town." And I was like, "Yeah," he said, "You should go down." So all of us went down. I believe Term, a few other people, but then Slane had got that part of the movie, and then I got the other part. So that's why we were the only two rappers in that movie. You know what I'm saying? But I was
Kenny with the white nose.
yeah, that's who I played.
That's you. Yeah.
And a lot of people would say Kenny with the white nose, thinking that because I was a drug dealer, a coke dealer. But what it was is he actually had vitiligo. So that was an interesting twist to that character. But it was a good time. They're talking to Ben off camera. One thing he did say too, most of the time, me and him was the same height, about 6'3", and he would say that most of the time he was in movies, guys weren't his height. So I found that to be a little funny, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he was a good dude, man. Talked to him, rode right through it. Funny thing about the movie though was I was selling drugs in a movie, and they had these big, huge bags of drugs, and I'm like, you wouldn't come to nobody's house, and buy some shit like this, you know what I mean? So we reduced that, you know, and made it look more authentic. And every movie I've been in, though, I've been able to say a little something and it changed it. So that's dope. You know, that's the contribution. You know
Was that the movie that started this whole Boston film renaissance, or was it The Departed?
I think Departed.
Departed, yeah.
And I used to hear about a couple of movies, and no, Gone Baby Gone, too.
Oh, Gone Baby Gone.
Yeah, because when I be like, yo, they ain't never gonna come in the hood and get no cats to be in a black cats.
Oh, that was what I was thinking of. Gone Baby Gone was the first one. I'm mistaken.
Yeah, and then the next you know, they start calling me.
What a fucked up movie that was.
Gone Baby Gone.
Yeah, man. It was also a good movie, but that was fucked up.
Shit. That's like E.T. I never watched it. I heard it was good.
Yeah, there's a bunch of movies that I never watched. I don't think they figured movies out until the mid '70s. I don't think they really figured. I think before the mid '70s, all movies were stage acting on steady cameras, and it just wasn't hitting like. Let's go, Martha. Let's go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
everything was laid out like that.
Yeah, like, but now I don't know. I figured around the Jaws era is when I feel like they really figured movies out.
Yeah, the Jaws shit though. Come on. I mean, the only thing that the Jaws movie was kind of alright, but the only thing worse than them was the Jaws ride at Disney.
Universal too.
I remember being in that shit. The shit got dark and it's cold and boom, 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 boom. So you'd be like, "It's stupid ass shit."
Jaws ride. I went on that ride. It was fucking stupid.
That ride was stupid as fuck. Word, man, because I'm telling you, I was in the water, and then the shit got dark. And when it got dark, then it started making that stupid boom, boom, boom. So that's, then the shit come out of the water slow as shit. This big ass fucking Jaws, like, whoosh. I was like, it would have been, you know, the shit that would have made it more fly is if you had shotguns, and when he rose up, you was able to, like, part of the ride, blow his head off. Pow! Like, just on some shit, that would have been the shit. Cock it one time, blow my fucking shark's head off, and be like, yo, we be talking about that right now. Remember that ride? You get in, they give you the shotgun, and when Jaws come up, you get to shoot his fucking head off. Yeah. Come on, that'd change though. But the way they had that shit, boom, 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 boom.
I did the Jaws ride, and then they just built like a King Kong 3D like HD hologram ride, and I did that one right after, and I was like, what the fuck did we just go on? That Jaws shit was fucking stupid.
That
man.
shit was.
This was
yo, another one that was stupid was when that movie Hurricane was out.
Oh shit.
And Hurricane, you go in this room. Right? It's like being on a barn and shit, and they're telling this stupid story.
Twister or Hurricane?
Twister.
Okay, because Hurricane with Denzel. I was like, oh, they had a ride for that movie?
You're right, Twister.
Terrible. That's just called going to jail.
Yeah, my B, but Twister, that shit got cold. The lightning started thundering and shit and raining and shit in this room. And then all of a sudden, you see this fake-ass cow going around in a circle. I said, yo, I'm like, this shit is stupid as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, and then the other one I did like was, there was a Terminator one. And your seats shifted and all that, and the things came alive out the wall and shooting and shit. That shit was hot.
I did one ride like that I actually thought was cool. I think the ride itself was cool because it was a cartoon ride,
right?
But it was a 4D ride where it was like you were in this room where you were kind of like riding a roller coaster, but it was on a screen,
right?
But the smells would change, the heat would change, fog would come in, you'd get wet, like it was kind of interesting. Like it was called 4D. It was kind of dope. It was Rio. Remember that movie, the Rio, the bird movie or whatever?
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either.
A lot of stupid movies I didn't watch. No, I'm saying, man, you know, motherfuckers be watching stupid movies. I don't be really watching them shits. But yo,
so I don't know, man. I think we talked about everything that's going on this week. I just didn't know if you had a classic story for us. I have a bunch that I wrote down that you mentioned throughout.
Yeah, it's a bunch. You can ask me shit too, man. Because it's
like
fun.
you said that there was some big thing that happened outside of McDonald's in the village. That
was dope too, man.
What the hell?
So we went to McDonald's. Me and Guru. We was about to eat. You know, and I stayed, like, we grabbed a little something, and I stayed at his crib when I used to come to New York and be, you know, in the beginning, always had it. That was my man. So we just drove to McDonald's. Heavy D, rest in peace, pulled over, came up. Run DMC, Run pulled up. Like, all the rappers started pulling up right front. I think even LL, I'm sure this was like wild in the beginning of everybody, basically.
Yeah.
Everybody pulled up. It just would start out with me and Guru. Next you know, it was mad rappers, like of the day, pulled up against there, and people driving by, blowing horns, getting out and all that. And I didn't realize how it grew and who was really there. But people were genuine. Motherfuckers wasn't flexing on each other, nothing. Everybody was cool, like, you know what I mean?
I wonder what was going on.
Dudes were just pulling up.
This is weird.
Yeah, they just pulled up. I swear to God, they just...
How close was that to, like, Def Jam or wherever, like, the spot
I
was?
don't even... I mean, we used to go... We went here to, like, really just pull over and get something to eat.
No shit. They probably saw you guys.
We
like,
stood...
shit.
That's what happened,
And then
one by
someone
one.
saw them. And then someone saw them.
And it was deep. Like, I'm telling you, all those... The rappers of the day was right there in front of McDonald's.
Like, I've seen shit like that happen, but not with more my age rappers.
But see, the thing is, though, is the respect and the sincerity, the love that motherfuckers have for each other. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't a hate thing or whatever, or like I said, wasn't nobody flexing. They're just talking. Like, what's up, yo, Guru, run, blah, blah. Shit was crazy, man, you know? But it just was a different time, man. Make sure you tune in, though. Episode 5. As a matter of fact, thanks for those of you tuning in.
Hell yeah.
Episode 5 of the Danger Zone podcast with Big Shug and Myster DL. Here every week, 12:30 p.m.
Were you here this day? This was like a huge picture I remember when I was a kid.
I don't think so, man. I can't.
To recognize some people.
I'd have
Sticky
to look.
Fingers,
I'd have to pull that
Russell
up.
Simmons. Yeah, Fat Joe. Yeah, man.
Wow.
So,
shit goes back.
all right.
Like crack in the tube.
You got any shout outs this week? I still got a shout out to Roof Family Moving. They're still holding us down.
Yeah, man.
He's always helping me out. He's always helping us with the promotion. He's on Facebook. You got to check him out. 978-398-2784.
Check us out, too, man. Check us out. It's a good podcast. We try to bring it to you. You got any questions, leave us messages, on Instagram. Big Shug Gangsta Foundation or Myster DL. What's yours?
Myster DL, MYSTERDL.
Right. Or go see it on YouTube. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. Trying to break that down.
On my dark days, I chopped crack on a regular. Ran up in spots and clapped on a regular. Took big fat ass stacks from the register. No matter how hard they tried, they still couldn't measure the hard I have. You juke when I stab. Grands in my pocket.